Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel if you are new here. Hi, come on in. My name is Millie and I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday. Drugstore, cruelty-free, affordable makeup reviews with the odd indie eyeshadow palette sprinkled in for good measure in case you're wondering what is across my eyeballs. This video will be coming quite soon, as long as I get around to editing it. It will be coming soon. It's a 3 looks with an indie eyeshadow palette. But in today's video, I'm talking all about drugstore makeup. This is the drugstore makeup tag from the lovely Jen Phelps. I will leave her channel linked down below. I did this video last year and I was reminded by Carmel Nicole Beauty, who did this video yesterday as I'm filming this, but probably like a couple of weeks ago by the time I get around to editing this, that this video exists. And I thought it's about time I updated some of these answers because boy oh boy have I changed my mind on some of these. So I will leave all of these questions in the description box down below. Go ahead, copy and paste them, leave it in the comment section what your answers are to these questions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? It's completely okay to disagree with me. We're allowed to have different opinions on makeup, but let's just dive on in because we've got a lot to be going over today. So question number 1, if you could only use one drugstore affordable brand, what would it be? Last year, I picked e.l.f. This year, I don't use e.l.f. I feel like in the last year, and e.l.f. is going to come up a few times in this video. I'm just going to set the story straight right now. In the last year, e.l.f. have done so many completely questionable things that I feel like they are not a brand that I align with. They're not a brand that I want to give my money to. They're not a brand that I want to promote. They're not a brand that I even want to use off camera. So I absolutely do not agree with this question anymore. In 2026, I would say for this question, I would have to pick MUA because it's one of the only brands where I feel like I can happily and comfortably do a full face of makeup and be thrilled with the outcome. So of course there are brands that like I love certain products from, and there are brands that I absolutely love, but if I'm limited to only buying one drugstore brand for the rest of my life and having to do my makeup every single day from that brand, it would have to be MUA. I actually did a video, I think it will be about 6 weeks ago now, where I went over every single product that I have ever tested from MUA, and I would say out of all of the products that the brand has ever released, 98% of them are like absolute 10 out of 10 top tier, not just good products, not just products that I like, products that I love, products that I cannot live without. And as a brand, I just feel like I just love them. I love everything about the brand. And it just so happens that they are incredibly affordable as well. So I love that, but also the products are just such fantastic quality. I really enjoy, like I say, pretty much everything that they do. So number 2, what's the most underrated drugstore / affordable brand? Last year I picked 17. I would still pick 17 in 2026 because although I love MUA, I do feel like there are certain products that sometimes hit the algorithm just right and go a little bit viral, but I literally never hear anybody talk about 17. Why, I do not know, because there are so many products from 17 that I absolutely love. I don't feel like I can necessarily do a full face. There are certain categories that I'm like not the biggest fan of, but when a product hits right from 17, I feel like they absolutely smash it. And I'm going to talk about a few like coming up, but like the liquid liners, the concealers, mascaras, like there's so many products from 17 that I really love, and I feel like they just never quite make it into the algorithm right, so nobody talks about them. And they're definitely underrated. But like I say, some of the products don't hit, but so many of them absolutely do. So number 3, what's the most overrated drugstore / affordable brand? Last year I picked P. Louise. I would definitely still agree with that. Obviously, I am a 32-year-old woman. I am not the target audience for P. Louise due to the fact that I'm not a preteen, but I feel like it's all packaging, it's all gimmick, the products are fine. I've got a few products from P. Louise that I really, really like. I mean, I like their lip balms. Are they anything crazy? No. Do I like them because they've got a little key ring on the top of them and I can attach them to my house keys, so I've always got a lip balm with me? Yes. Could I just do that with any lip balm that I love? I could, but I haven't. Like, I feel like so many of their products are just, and this is like obviously mostly over on TikTok, but I feel like so many of their products are like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And like, it's a lip balm, babe. Calm down. It's a lip balm. But also, I'm not the target audience for it. I'm too mature for that, clearly. So, question number 4. What is your favourite drugstore product under, this said $5, I'm going to say £5 because I'm a UK girly. Last year I picked the Essence 8 Hour Comfort Matte Lip Liner. And that's the lip liner that I'm wearing today. I would absolutely stand by this. This is another product that I hear nobody talking about. And it's incredible. Specifically in the shade Cushion Talk. That's the lip liner that I've got on today. Special mention to the MUA Satin Sheen Lip Stylo in Super Nude. I've been through so many of these. This lipstick is incredible. And these two go together, if you're my sort of skin tone, the perfect nude lip combo. So this was last year's pick. It's still this year's pick, but with honourable mention to the MUA lipstick. So, question number 5, what is a hidden gem from the drugstore that nobody talks about? Last year I picked the Made by Mitchell Blush Pods. I would absolutely still stand by these. I still love these. They're a beautiful glowy blush formula. But I would have to say, for this year, the MUA Stop the Search mascara. This mascara is incredible. It is so long lasting, so volumizing, so lengthening, so thickening, but it is a tubing formula, so it really does last incredibly, incredibly well. If you're in the UK, go and get yourself a glass of water. You're dehydrated. We are having a heat wave and it is hell. I'm right there with you, don't you worry. But this mascara lasts through a full day at work. This lasts through heat, it lasts through crying, it just lasts, okay? It's incredible. Nobody talks about it. It's absolutely beautiful. And they've got a load of different shades as well. I've also got the green, and I also highly recommend the like burgundy shade, which is called, it's not burgundy, it's like a purpley plummy. It's blackberry. Highly recommend that one as well. This one is just the black one, and it's very, very nearly all dried up, and I'm gonna have to go and purchase another one because I can't live without this mascara. It is incredible. So, question number 6, what is your favourite drugstore foundation? Last year I picked the Sleek In Your Tone. I still absolutely stand by that. I love that foundation. I would, however, have to pick the one that I've got on my face currently. If you're sensing a theme here, it's because there's a theme. The MUA Pro Base Lumi Tint. This foundation is incredible. This foundation has worn through full days at work when it has been exceptionally hot. I wore this on holiday. This was the only foundation that I took on my holiday, and it was so hot. We were doing so much walking while I was on my holidays like months ago. I absolutely love this. It is sort of a self-setting formula, so I feel like it really lasts incredibly, incredibly well on the skin. I've got quite dry skin, so I do like something that is a very thin layer that obviously like cancels everything out but feels very thin on the skin, but still adds a little bit of like a juiciness to the skin. I've got a glowy blush on, so don't mind what's going on the sides of my face, but I am wearing this foundation today. I absolutely love it. And again, it's another one I don't hear anybody talking about this, and it is so good. And I think like you get change from £7. It's so affordable and it's incredible. I just absolutely love that foundation. You can really sheer it out if you wanted more of like a skin tint sort of vibe, or you can absolutely apply more of it. It layers very, very beautifully and you can get more coverage. So I just absolutely love that foundation. I've been testing a lot of foundations recently. I think I must have tested like 15 new foundations this year, and I still think that that MUA one comes out on top. It is beautiful. So, number 7, what products do you tend to buy more at the drugstore versus high-end? Last year I said I didn't really, well, I still don't buy high-end. I am very much a drugstore girly, but I do buy indie eyeshadow palettes. That is where I like splurge. That is where I spend my money. I absolutely still stand by that. I don't buy anything else from even indie brands. I've got one lip liner and one blush from Singe Beauty. I like them, but their eyeshadows are like where my heart is. The formulas are incredible, the colour stories are incredible. Drugstore brands don't generally come out with colour stories that I feel incredibly inspired by. Indie eyeshadow palettes are fantastic, and that's definitely where I am like splurging. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's high-end, because when I think of high-end I think of like Givenchy and Lancome and Laura Mercier and, you know, all of those. I'm not NARS, I'm not about any of those. I'm just not bothered. I don't want to spend my money on that. Not when I can get a foundation for less than £7. This mascara for like, I don't even know, £6. You can't beat it. You absolutely can't. There's no point in spending what, like 40-50 quid on a foundation when you can get the Lumi tint for £7. Like, girl math, it just doesn't make sense to me. However, eyeshadows, delicious eyeshadow palettes, I will spend my money on those. So, next up, number 8, what drugstore brand do you think is overpriced? I just basically didn't even answer this question last year. I like properly skipped over it. I would say this year, I mean, Elf. Really hating on Elf in this video, but like, Elf. I would also say like Physicians Formula, on the basis that I feel like Physicians Formula and Morphe are, and like Milani as well, are like similar price points. Like, they are higher end drugstore. They're in the drugstore, they are drugstore brands, but they are definitely higher priced than like Revolution, MUA, 17, all of those other brands. However, I feel like Milani and Morphe, the quality of their products justifies the price. Physicians Formula, I feel like meh. I feel bland. I feel so uninspired by it. Like, the products aren't any better than MUA. The products are worse in a lot of cases than MUA. I feel like they're just not worth the money, Physicians Formula. So yes, Elf is higher and getting higher in price. They've got to pay for Hailey Bieber somehow. But Physicians Formula, I feel like they are higher and they're not worth the extra price that you pay for them. So number... I did that one. Number 9. What's your favourite drugstore dupe? Last year I picked the Elf Sheer Frit Benetint blush tint. Obviously not picking that this year. I picked the Essence Soft Baked Blush. This is a dupe for the Rare Beauty. I've never tried the Rare Beauty ones. Obviously I'm a drugstore gal, but this is beautiful. This is one of my favourite blushes of all time. This is so delicious and glowy on the skin. I probably should have put this on today. This isn't what I'm wearing today, but you know what? I don't have enough blush on. Let's add a little bit more. This is so deliciously glowy on the skin. And you do have to like a glowy blush. You do have to like that sort of blush lighter effect. But this is incredible. I don't necessarily know if it's like a direct dupe for the Rare Beauty one, but I feel like it's close enough. It looks enough like it to me for me to think that it's meant to be a dupe for that. And it's so good. It's so smooth and almost like metallic looking on the skin. It's so, so glowy, but if you don't like a glowy blush, you will not like it. That one is in the shade Peach Please. And I just absolutely love it. I need to get more shades. I say that every single time I mention these, but they are so, so good. Very similar to the Catrice ones. Catrice do the soft glam blushes. They're similar, slightly different tones, but I would, out of all of them, I would probably say the Essence one is probably my favourite one. So, number 10, what's the best drugstore eyeshadow formula? Last year I said MUA, and I would still stand by that for their matte formulas. So I wanted to mention this palette, which is the Ultimate Obsessions. So this is obviously all of your nude options, all of your nude eyeshadows that you could ever need. I absolutely love this palette. I reach for this all of the time. So it's got basically every single nude that you could ever need. The most pigmented matte white that I think I have ever seen. It's incredible. However, in the thought of, that's not the saying, it's so hot in the UK I can't even think straight, trying to pick something a little bit different, I wanted to pick the Troublemaker eyeshadows. I don't think that these had even launched last year. No, they hadn't, because it was like August time that these launched. Specifically this palette, the Troublemaker Love Notes palette, because the mattes in these are incredible, but the shimmers are also really, really good. The MUA shimmers I've not really got on with historically, but the shimmers in these Troublemaker palettes are deliciously shimmery and like glittery and foily and just perfect. I also have the Genius palette, which is all mattes but obviously bright, delicious neon shades. I absolutely love these, and like Troublemaker is so affordable, but the shimmers are definitely better in the Troublemaker ones than the e.l.f. ones. So next up, number 11, what's the worst drugstore eyeshadow formula? Last year I picked Revolution. I don't think I have tried a Revolution eyeshadow palette since then. I don't think I have, so I'm gonna say Revolution again. I'm just not in my drugstore eyeshadow era. So I'm sort of skipping over this question a little bit because I haven't tried any to have any sort of feelings on. I was considering picking Essence, but then I feel like it's a bit hit or miss with Essence. I tried their Little Mermaid collection and I really enjoyed that palette. No, I tried their the Mad Hatter, the Alice in Wonderland collection, and I loved the Alice in Wonderland ones, but the Little Mermaid ones were absolutely garbage. So like, but that's all I've tried, so I don't feel like that's enough of a test because I've only tried 2 eyeshadow palettes. So I'm skipping this one because I haven't tried basically any in the last year. Number 12, a drugstore brand you used to love but aren't crazy about anymore. Last year I picked Profusion. I would definitely still say Profusion. Like, I've tried a few things and I'm like, what happened? Like, I used to really enjoy their products, and then I did try a few products actually early this year and they were questionable at best. I have a whole video going over all of the worst products of the year, and basically all of the products from Profusion were in that. It really was not good. Yeah, I feel like it was definitely a brand that maybe like 3 years ago I would have considered a favourite, and now I just feel like maybe I've just grown out of it. Maybe I'm just too mature of a lady now, but yeah, it's definitely not a brand that I'm very excited about trying anything from. I mean, obviously e.l.f., because I'm not buying from them anymore, but I feel like I've berated e.l.f. enough in this video. But then also maybe not, because what are you doing? Yeah, I would probably still stick with Profusion. So number 13, a drugstore product you didn't expect to like but totally wowed you. and I'm sticking with the same product as last year. This is the Collection Blurring Powder. So when I first tested this, Collection reached out to me and they're like, do you want to test some things? I'm like, absolutely I do. And they asked me what I wanted to try, and I said that I wanted to try this because it's a powder but it's blue. And you can't really see it too much anymore because I've used it a ton, but this is like a colour correcting marbled blue powder, but it does not look that way at all. It is smoothing, it is blurring. I don't need a powder on, but let's go ahead and add some anyway because science, it's not blue. You don't need to be scared of it. It is absolutely not blue, but it just blurs everything so well. And whilst it's been so horrifically hot in the UK, I have really been relying on like a few powders, but like this one with basically any foundation, it just blurs everything out, and it's really good for taking on the go and topping up throughout the day. So beautiful. I've got dry skin and I'm so scared of powders basically all of the time because I don't want to look like a piece of chalk. So many powders make me look like a piece of chalk, or crumbly like a piece of Wensleydale or something, I don't even know. But so pretty. It still looks natural. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look blue. But that was one that I was definitely like terrified of, and it just looks lovely. It always just looks so good. So number 14, the last question. We've made it to the end, kids. This is the I can't think straight. The question is the affordable eyeshadow palette right now. Your favourite affordable eyeshadow palette right now. Last year I picked the MUA Kaleidoscope palette. I'm just not about affordable eyeshadow palettes right now. I'm not in my drugstore eyeshadow era, so if I had to pick, I would pick like the Troublemaker ones, but like I could do a similar look to this with the Troublemaker ones, but I'm in my indie eyeshadow palette era. I'm just not excited about basically anything from the drugstore because they're not coming out with neon duochrome shades, and that's just what I want at the minute. So I would say these two if I had to, but like I'm being a spenny gal. I'm just blowing my money on indie eyeshadow palettes in a minute because they are so good. But that is all of the questions. I need to go and get myself a big glass of water and something to eat because I am losing my mind. But that is everything. I would love to hear your answers to these questions down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What are your thoughts? I want to know all of them down below. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.